What's up, y'all, and welcome to A Blurred Nation. Today we'll be talking about the 30-second Forspoken teaser released on Twitter today, and we'll be talking about the reaction behind it. But we won't be talking about just any reaction. No, not today. We'll be talking about this guy's reaction. This is Dreamcastguy, and I'm a fan of Dreamcastguy. But Dreamcastguy done messed up. Let's get into it. Today we'll be talking about the reaction from the Dreamcast guy. He reacted to the Forspoken trailer, and me being a fan of the Dreamcast guy, I felt a little taken aback by his reaction. His language, the way he pretty much just attacked this game off of a 30-second teaser, is really concerning to me. So yeah, let's get into it, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Everybody on the internet right now seems to hate Forspoken. Now, this game is a bit of a gigantic question mark because, as it stands, even though we have seen about 20 minutes of gameplay, we really don't know that much about it. It's this weird game that seems to be about a girl transported from New York into a Final Fantasy esque universe, but it's one of those games where it's been delayed, it's been talked about, but we really don't know what we're getting.
Okay, let me stop you right there. You first started to explain that nobody really knows anything about the game, then started to tell us about the game. I'm not sure if you're trying to be this way, but from what I can tell just early on in this video is that you're being a little biased from the get-go, because that 20-minute gameplay reveal, they pretty much explain as much as any other game that's out there that's waiting to be released. So I'm not understanding where you're coming from with this, but let's proceed.
But they just released a new trailer that everybody agrees is the most cringe, terrible, controversial piece of trash ever. But I want to talk about
Okay, now you just said the most cringe, terrible, controversial piece of trash. Then you put ever on the end of it. Bruh, really? Like, this is not even 40 seconds into your video, and you're making a pretty big reach. I'm not, like I said, I'm a fan, and I'm not really understanding where you're trying to go with this. Like, it, it feels like you're letting Twitter guide your review process, and this is really concerning. But let's proceed.
why this trailer, which is only 30 seconds long, has managed to stir up a lot of conversation. What's up, gamers? Dreamcast Guy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, I want to just start things off by showing you this thing itself. Let me just do a gigantic cringe warning. This is some truly peak awful conversation. If the game is actually spoken, if the dialogue is written like this, people are going to be hating this game. But
Okay, bruh. For you to supposedly be a trusted source on just the gaming review process, these companies send you early looks at video games and everything like that. For you to be just setting the mood before people, th- do you realize this is like a lot of people's first time seeing this teaser, 30-second teaser? This is a lot of people's first time seeing this teaser is on your video. So now you're just setting the whole mood. So you're pretty much telling them what to expect out of this video, not allowing them to form their own opinion. This is concerning. Let's proceed.
but Here it is. You can see this is a promoted tweet. Square Enix paid tens of thousands of dollars to promote this specific trailer to make sure that you saw it, so buckle up. Are you ready for a beautiful and cruel new land, twisted monsters, an array of magical abilities, and sentient jewelry? All right, so these are the worst jokes ever. Here we go.
So let me get
So
this
spell
straight.
effects are pretty good.
I'm somewhere that's not what I would call Earth. I'm seeing freaking dragons. And,
Freaking
oh yeah, I'm
dragons.
talking to a cuff.
Oh gosh, like the spell effects look good.
Yeah, okay, that is something I do now.
Bruh. Okay. So this dude is pretty much dragging this game because of the dialogue in a 30-second teaser. But then proceeds to say, oh, the graphics look good. The spells look good. What? What? Like, okay, bruh, I understand like Twitter is a thing. I Me personally, I've only been on Twitter for like 3, maybe 4 weeks consistently. So it's still something new to me. So when I see somebody pretty much reacting to what people say on Twitter and using that as a barometer on how they should do their review videos for games such as this, I start to question their motives behind that or any video. Um, why are you going this hard? Why are you going this hard for this on this game? Like what's the point? Maybe I'll see it later in the video. Let's proceed.
I do magic, he'll jacked up beats. I'll probably fly next.
So obviously, the issue with this is that it's incredibly freaking poignant, ridiculous cringe. There is this style of writing that's becoming more popular, which is like self-aware, self-deprecating, like meta jokes. And honestly, it's very, very annoying. Now, a lot of Marvel movies do this, and I'm not specifically hating on them, but it's that type of thing where like you'll be fighting a gigantic killer of gods, and you got to be like, oh man, he's the god butcher. Hope he doesn't butcher any gods. Oh, they're doing this with video games now. Like people keep making fun of it here. People saying it sounds like.
Hold up, before he even starts to get into the comments, this dude just said that this is like peak cringe, or calls this small little subset of the game's, I'm pretty sure, thousands of lines of dialogue cringe. I'm sorry, I'm trying to wrap my head around what this dude is trying to put across to his audience. Um I, I can't wrap my head around it. Honestly, like, dude, you managed to gather all of this from a 30-second video. Are you allowing random people to guide your review process? You constantly say everyone hates this game, but you fail to give any validation as to why somebody should hate this game outside of dialogue. Dialogue. Come on, bro.
Sounds like one of those bad CW shows. It sounds like it needs a freaking laugh track. Now, here is such a great example. There's a ton of people. This tweet is being roasted into the freaking pavement. Literally, it's been trending now of people making fun of this. But right here, This is a great example, I feel like, which is a very serious game that manages to have extremely well written humor in it, which is the Yakuza games. What if they used this style of cringe humor instead? Want to know my name? I'm Kazuma Kiryu, the Dragon of Dojima. Oh man, that sounded way cooler in my head. Sorry. I'm always catching hands with the fiercest fighters in Japan, and uncovering underworld conspiracies, and cut to Yakuza 2 baby sub story. Yeah, that's something for me to tell my therapist. Bad humor can ruin good jokes. Like, that's kind of the problem with this, is that even if this game ends up playing well, everybody is making fun of the fact that this dialogue is freaking terrible. Now,
There we go. There we go. He keeps like it it it's almost as if he wraps around, he goes on a whole tangent, and then he ends up back at the same place. Dialogue. And then he proceeds to read these comments. I have my own comments and list of comments that have been pulled from this reaction video. And they seem to be saying different from your favorite phrase. Everyone hates this game. Um, yeah, let's proceed.
now, I actually wanted to talk about this. A lot of people in the writing world refer to this style of dialogue as Whedon-esque because Joss Whedon sort of invented it. Like, if you're going to have Spider-Man fighting bad guys, I'm completely obsessed with Spider-Man. Spider-Man does make jokes, but Spider-Man also takes serious moments serious. If there is a nuclear bomb that's about to go off, or there's some sort of terrible trap.
Bruh, are you comparing this character to Spider-Man? And because Spider-Man has been in serious situations that we've seen, we haven't seen this character in any serious situations. And the dialogue that you're taking this example from is 30 seconds. What are you talking about, my dude?
Travesty, he's able to reflect and deal with the situation. It's not always just joke, joke, joke. Whedon-esque stuff will have a character actually die, and 30 seconds later, a character's like, guess we're going to have to mop that up. It ruins even good moments. The essential problem.
Who said that this game was going to be like that? Who said that every time a major or a serious character died, that they would be making jokes about it? For Are you being serious right now, or are you just reacting to the hype? It's my question. Let's continue.
Problem with Whedon-esque dialogue is that it has no respect for wonder, terror, or mystery. It's rolling its eyes at the most profound visions of ecstasy and horror that the universe has to offer. And this, in my opinion, completely nails the problem with dialogue like it seems Forspoken is going to have, is that imagine that you are a real person pulled into the Final Fantasy universe, and you suddenly have powers and you're trying to save this far off mystical land. Are you really going to be like, oh man, guess it's a hot day while you're shooting fire? No, you're going to be like, all right, cool, let's deal with this. It's annoying how much it feels like they don't respect the world that they've made. Now, I actually wanted to show you something here, which is absolutely insane. Somebody decided to make a parody of this trailer.
Bruh, you're setting expectations that you have no way of knowing to set that expectation. Like, you don't know enough about the game to even say that. Oh, whenever there's a hot spill or a fire spill casted, she's gonna say, "Oh, it's a hot day." No, you don't know. I've looked at all the trailer footage, and that's not what I'm seeing.
Using Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Now, this is 21 seconds. It's brilliance.
Here I am, doing everything that I can, holding on to what I freaking am, pretending I'm like some jacked up super. Yo, yeah, okay, that's something I do now.
Yeah. Here is the perfect example about why this stuff does not work. There needs to be some amount of seriousness. Good jokes can exist. I'm not saying I'm anti humor. Obviously, I'm Mr. Yuck Yuck. I like to do funny voices or be Kermit the Frog. Like, I enjoy good jokes, but there is a time and a place where you need to catch your breath and realize what's actually going on. Now, let me just say this. There are funny Final Fantasy games. There are serious Final Fantasy games. I think there's great moments that have existed across the entire freaking catalog of Square Enix experiences. But my problem is that if you're going to try and mock it this much, it is at the detriment. Like looking at Forspoken itself.
Does this dude know something about this game? I don't. Like, did we see like different footage, or like is he an insider, or because I'm not fully understanding like where is he getting this? Where is he getting this information? I need receipts. I need like can you show me the dialogue options that we'll be getting in this game outside that 30-second teaser? Like bro, once again, I'm a fan. I've watched several of your reviews, but this is concerning.
Itself, the gameplay is dark. The gameplay, the graphics, the art style, it seems like this is going to be a very gritty, very cool, very flashy experience. It is going to, I mean, honestly, in my mind, it's going to undermine that if every time I am fighting a dragon, I'm like, oh no, it's a freaking dragon. I guess I'm still just stunned about this because there are a bunch of rumors that right now that two separate things at once. Forspoken is apparently done. There are rumors that the game is finished, even though it hasn't officially gone gold. Apparently, the development is pretty much feature complete. The game is done. The reason they didn't release it this year is because the rumor is they're trying to get out of the way of God of War Ragnarok. So this is their way of sort of like dodging that bullet. But additionally, it just feels like this is supposed to be a big headliner project that Square Enix wanted to pump possibly hundreds of.
Okay. Now I understand whatever beef that you might have with Square Enix. That's understandable. I understand your criticisms of them delaying it to get out of the way of God of War. Um, I just don't understand why you're dragging this game this hard over dialogue. One of the few games out there that features a person of color as the main protagonist. It just feels to me that you're going a little extra hard off of a 30-second teaser. Just a little too hard.
Hundreds of millions of dollars into making something that is a completely new franchise, and they're going to ruin it with the goofiest of the goofiest talk. Like, don't make people talk like it's Sesame Street. Don't make people talk like they're background characters to Tony Stark's second henchman. I know that writing and directing styles like Taika Waititi are very popular right now, and I appreciate that humor, but having just tons of like, oh man, oh, I can't believe we're stopping the world. I'm Taika Waititi. Oh man, oh, what are we going to do? That kind of stuff wears thin when there is an actual sense of scale and pressure and freaking intensity. You are screwing over your own project. I know it sounds like I'm being very, very revelly in this, but straight up, I think that this dialogue, if this is the way they talk in the entire game, it's going to flop. I am actually going to go ahead and put my foot down on that. If this is how they talk in the game, people are not going to buy it. Like,
So you're pretty much telling me that you don't know if this is how they talk in this game. You don't know if they talk like this or if this is just a moment in the game where she's just giving some comedic relief after a serious moment. You really don't know anything about how the dialogue is set up in this game. You're just essentially dragging this game. For what reason, I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, it's not. I don't know.
Like, how am I supposed to care about a universe where the main character doesn't care? Like, if you've been transported here, if you're fighting these monsters and even you don't give a crap, I feel like the audience isn't going to give a crap. There are definitely styles of humor.
What? Wait, what? You said the main character doesn't give a crap. You're, once again, you're getting all of this from a 30-second teaser. Like you're reading a lot into this, and I appreciate the gusto, but you're not doing enough investigating. You're doing a lot of reacting and not enough reading, sir. I'm just saying.
Humor that work in books, there's styles of humor that work in comics, there's styles of humor that work in movies, and separately, there is a style of humor that definitely works best in video games. And I feel like this waka waka bad self punchline stuff. Spider-Man, that's a pretty weird name. Okay, yeah, these kind of jokes do not work for video games, especially if you're trying to save the world. But these have just been some off the cuff thoughts because honestly, this is a big old bucket of cringe, and it's kind of been funny to watch everybody laugh at this, and definitely not with this. What do you think about Forspoken? Are you excited for it? Do you want to?
Okay, this is where I'm going to end this video. Dreamcastguy, in the small chance that you do see my reaction to your video. Once again, I will reiterate, I am a fan of yours. I have been a fan of yours. I've made several purchases because of your review videos. So, to a certain extent, I trust your opinion. I have trusted your opinion. But this video has really taken me aback because of people like yourself, I've started to watch the video game development process more and more, and I've started to appreciate it more and more. So when I've watched this process over and over again, and I've started to understand what it looks like to make a good to decent game, I'm not seeing anything out of Forspoken yet that says that this will be a horrible or cringe game. And the only thing that sets this apart from games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Horizon Zero Dawn, any other game that had like questionable dialogue, when compared to those, the only difference I see is the skin color, and that concerns me. Even other games made by Square Enix, the Final Fantasy series, I've never seen you go this hard on a Final Fantasy game, but you're going pretty hard on this game. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Y'all have a good one. I promised that I would get this video out there, and that's what I'm doing. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Good night.